Okay, so she's a dentist making $180,000 a year, contributes $5,000 every month towards her student loans. And at the end of each month, she's broke. No investments, no emergency fund, no breathing room, and just overall having a feeling of scarcity that all her work in dental school was for nothing. She's not earning enough. She has no financial freedom and just being weighed down. Yet when you ask her about it, she's actually proud of the sacrifice, because somewhere along the way, we were all taught that aggressively paying off our student loan debt means financial responsibility. Now, as the son to two immigrants, I especially almost fell victim to this trap until I discovered strategies that completely transformed my financial future while still having these six-figure loans that everyone is so scared of, and in some cases prevents people from being doctors and following their dreams in the first place because they're so scared of this boogeyman that really isn't that scary. So here's what no one tells you in dental school or professional school, is that there's a massive difference between eliminating debt and building wealth. When you're obsessively focused on getting your debt down to zero, you're solving yesterday's problem and missing out on tomorrow's opportunity. Think about it. Your dental degree increases in value every year and your earning potential grows. Meanwhile, your fixed loan rates are actually shrinking with time. I mean, we see these multi-millionaire real estate investors investing hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars for such a small percentage cash flow return every month. I mean, most real estate investors started with one property, took out $400,000 loan, gets a tenant in there, and they may only cash flow a couple $100, but over time they build up equity. Well, with you and your dental degree, you're taking the same amount of loans as this real estate investor, but you're actually able to earn minimum $10,000 to $15,000 a month. And if you're doing the right things and following a lot of the stuff I talk about on this channel, you can even earn up to $40,000, $50,000 a month. I mean, me, myself, I'm gonna be on track to earn over $600,000 this year, and I don't own a practice, don't do any crazy surgeries. So what's the smarter approach to student loan debt and just getting to the place we all thought we would get when we became doctors? Stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you 4 strategies that have helped me and my clients build wealth while still having these scary loans that we're gonna slay one day. So before we talk about that, what do you actually get for paying off your loans early? Let's talk about, like, what do you really gain from it? Because I know some of you are watching this saying, oh, this guy's crazy, you know, he's giving us terrible advice. Well, let's address it. So what it really just gets you is emotionally relief, maybe a sense of peace, a brag-worthy Facebook or Instagram post that you paid off all your student loan debt. But financially, you gain zero leverage, you're missing out on 8 to 10 years of market returns, and you sacrifice momentum for the illusion of control. You don't get rich by being debt-free or saving your way to millions of dollars. You get there by investing in things that grow, compound interest, while your debt gets smaller in comparison. Having student loan debt doesn't stop you from buying a house, maintaining a good credit score. In fact, it actually helps your credit score, getting a car, or any of the other things that people say or emphasize paying their loan debt off for. So that leads me to our 4 strategies. So strategy 1, pay the minimum and invest the difference. So let's just look at this calculation here, okay? By just investing $3,000 per month, I mentioned to you that I had a client who she was spending $5,000 to paying her student loans and wasn't saving any money after. Now, let's just say she took $3,000 and still put $2,000 to the loan instead of just throwing it all away. In 10 years, she could have over $540,000 starting with $0. That's $180,000 in investment gains alone. Meanwhile, making the minimum payments is gonna maintain your good credit score, keeps you in good standing, and your money is making you money. So now in the 10-year span, if she would have just paid the $3,000 a month over 10 years, she would have paid off $360,000 in debt, versus with this strategy actually making an extra 180 grand, having over $540,000, being able to pay 360 off, plus having over 180,000 left over. Now, strategy 2 is to invest in your earning potential, which is essentially making more money, right? Instead of being scarcity mindset and penny pinching and not going out to eat anymore, make more money. That should be your main goal. So the highest ROI here is not going to just be investing in the stock market, but investing in yourself, right? You can invest in advanced clinical training to do more procedures, to improve your production. You can do practice management coaching, case acceptance coaching, marketing if you own your own practice. Me personally, I've spent about $15,000 on coaching, right? I spent $7,000 on a neuro-linguistic coach who basically told me the psychology of sales. And I had a meditation coach. And I've even worked with an industry titan who gave me more C-suite level advice in my position on the clinical advisory board. Now, the year after I first invested, I doubled my income. I went from making about 200,000 to, 500K. So strategy 3, you're gonna optimize your repayment programs. So you can work with some student loan strategists, which if you click the link in my bio, come into my community, I'll give you a link to the service I used. But these are people that specialize in literally who strategize your loan repayment situation, trying to find all the available programs, and just kind of doing what like tax strategists do for people trying to pay lower taxes. And strategy 4 is to build liquidity before just trying to reduce your debt. So you just graduated, you're about to work your first job. Some of these people who are so scared of debt, they just start right away trying to invest their money to knock it down, when really they should be investing in a savings fund, should have 3 to 6 months saved up first. Having liquidity gives you options. The dentist I know who built the most wealth didn't rush to pay off loans. They built the cash reserves and started to invest, whether it was in building their own practice or investing in a real estate portfolio. This is how you're gonna be able to quantum leap and retire closer to the age of 45 than 65. So your dental degree costs a lot, but it is an appreciating asset. And not only that, it's a pretty good investment. I mean, better than most investments pay you in other industries. So get out of this scarcity mentality, guys. We didn't come into this field to struggle or to worry about finances. We came here to do what we love and live an abundant life, raise a family, own a home, do all the nice things, right, that we believe doctors to have. And it's possible, but you have to change your mindset. You have to invest in yourself, and you have to have a strategy. So I hope all this helps. If you have any further questions, you can hit the link in my bio. Join my private school community, which is 100% free. Ask me any questions. I'll do my best to guide you. I'll give you a link to that service I told you about. And like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.